2025 is going to be a very exciting year for all the upcoming games that has already been announced. And today we're going to take a look at all the top 6 games that are one of the most unique and anticipated games of all time. Now, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Let's get right into the first one. We got Crysis 4. And I've got to say, pals, we've always had this conversation with Crysis 3 on whether or not if your hardwares are going to be able to run this game. And even with the hardwares that we have in current generation, adding on to some of the mods and stuff, Crysis 3 still looks incredible. And that's one of the most famous reasons as to why Electronic Arts and their Crytek engine is always known for. And they're finally back with Crysis 4. And this time it seems like they're not kidding. They've actually hired game director from Hitman 3, the guy who worked on that game, and also the same guy who worked on Assassin's Creed Revelations and Far Cry 3, one of the most critically acclaimed best story narrative games of all time. So it seems like developers who worked on some of the biggest projects out there are currently working on the upcoming Crysis 4. So it's already making me super excited. We don't have a release date yet. It seems like it's coming out sometime in 2025. We'll of course see more reveals in the coming June, because that's when we're going to be having some sort of E3s or Gamescom and a couple of events where hopefully EA and rest of the companies decide to go ahead and give us an official announcement of when all of these games are coming out. Now, moving up to the next one, we have Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake. And as we know, Rockstar Games is very busy in order to, release Grand Theft Auto 6, and that's one of the biggest gems, and it's kind of understandable at this point. Although this game is not set to be coming out sometime in 2025, it's a very likely chances that Rockstar Games could come into their final production stages with Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake. And when I say 1 and 2 Remake, I actually mean both the games are getting combined into one game rather than just having Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2. They want to just combine it and create one game. Basically, it's going to be a very long storyline that's going to have a lot of combining stories and all this stuff. So it's very interesting. I don't think any companies have done something like this before, where they combined part 1 and part 2 of a game and then made an entire remake. I don't know, at least I'm not aware of any games that has done this before in the past. Let me know in the comments if you know any games like those that I should go ahead and take a look, where they combined both of their own games together. So I'm curious to see what Rockstar Games is coming up with. It is already said that Rockstar Games is currently working on this game, but then they're very busy with Grand Theft Auto 6, and there's a lot of resource going on for that game. So they've just put a pause with this remake version, but it seems like we'll be hearing more from Rockstar Games after the launch of GTA 6. Now, moving up to the next one, this is my favorite, which is Crimson Desert. And my god, man, it's from the developers called Pearl Abyss, and it's one of the most gorgeous looking RPG games of all time. And it's a game that's set in an open world. It's a fantasy world, and Pearl Abyss seems to be offering a game that is very much focused into some truly next-gen action-packed RPG adventure. So now this game has already been delayed multiple times, so I'm kind of losing hopes at this point, not gonna lie. But then they finally said that this game is going to be making it to the stores sometime around the end of 2024. And if they miss that, they've also said that this could happen in the earliest of 2025, meaning that January, February, March, the Q1 stages. So I really hope that this game releases before GTA 6 comes out. Now, moving up to the next game, we got Plan 8, and this game is actually from the same developers that are already developing Crimson Desert. Now, apparently it's the very similar situation like Rockstar Games, where they're working on GTA 6 and they kind of just put an halt onto the Max Payne series. It's the same way around here for Plan 8. Now, Pearl Abyss actually got very excited and decided to give us some sort of an engine cinematic trailer, which actually looked pretty dope. And I'm not gonna lie, this was supposed to be a PvP PvE open world MMORPG game where you can create your own players, where it's a post-apocalyptic setting, but then we're fighting against some of the robots, the machines that have taken over the universe. Now, everything that I've been seeing from this game, from the reveals, the trailers, the engines and all that stuff, the graphics, everything just looked absolutely mind-blowing, to be honest. Now, this game was announced when we had PS4s back in those times, and there is no freaking way in world that PlayStation 4 will be able to run this game. So I already knew that it was not going to be coming out for that generation, but then for the PS5, I was hoping that this game would come out. But it seems like Crimson Desert is going to be the one that's coming out first, and then we're going to be moving on to Plan 8. But as of now, there isn't much update about this game. But then it's a really cool game that I thought I should go ahead and add it onto the list, so that if you guys are not familiar with this game, then you would finally know that this awesome game is coming out sometime later in 2025 or 2026 and beyond. Now, up next, we have another similar game, which which is called Ark Raiders. And apparently this is a game that I've been very excited about, and it's similar to Plan 8, whereas the world is being taken over by machines and US players will have to pretty much just save the world. Now, originally the game was supposed to release in 2023, and then it got postponed to 2024, and now it seems like it's not happening this year either. It's going to be 2025, and the reason why is because the developers kind of just changed the entire genre of the game, because originally it was supposed to be a single player PvE action adventure game, and now they decided to make this game an entire PvPvE game. So you can kill players and you can also kill machines which are not controlled by players. So it's going to be a massive open world. They're trying to make something similar to like an MMO RPG kind of a game. I don't know why they wanted to make a switch, but it is what it is. I'm kind of excited for this game. I would love to play the game on the online mode and have some PvP actions. And of course, I will keep you guys updated if we get any further information. Now moving on to the next final game, we got this absolutely fantastic horror game that is called Ill. Now this was developed by a single developer, like it's an indie development studio that's currently working on this game, and then they slowly started sharing some of their project works and all the gameplays that they've been working on. It is one of the most realistic horror games that I've seen so far, and the types of monsters that you have in this game is just beyond what I've imagined. Even comparing this with some of the AAA titles like Resident Evil, this game is far better than any Resident Evil games that I've seen, and that's the reason why the development studios got a lot of support from fans and also from a lot of different companies that have also been interested in game development. And now this studio has actually expanded, and now they're working with a massive group of developers who have also managed to hire the voice actor who played as Leon from Resident Evil, who's going to be the main protagonist of this game as well. So I'm very curious to see what happens. The developers have always been keeping us updated with all of their development works, and it just keeps me very excited on Twitter all the time. So I'm really curious, and it seems like the game is going to be coming out in 2025. I'm super excited for it, and I just can't wait to see what this game has to offer. Now let me know down below in the comments which one of these games were your favorite and which game are you guys excited for. And if you guys want to stay updated with all the latest upcoming gaming news, informations, leaks, updates, and all the stuff that you guys need about upcoming games is going to be available first on my channel. And I also keep my subscribers updated with all the latest news that's going on in the gaming industry, some of the most interesting stuff. And also my videos consist of all of these top 10 and top 5 upcoming video games where I showcase some of the most weirdest games that you guys might have never heard before. And these videos actually help you come across some of the games that you might fall in love with, which you have never heard before. So that's why this channel is completely dedicated to people that absolutely love gaming. And the best part about it is that subscribing is absolutely free on YouTube, so I don't see a reason why not. It helps grow my community. At the same time, you guys are always going to stay updated. Now if you guys could just go ahead, show your support to your boy by simply just dropping a like on this video, it would really mean the world to me. And thank you guys so much for all the support. Now with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy fams, and goodbye.